All right, everybody. Hey, I'm live here and we're just trying to get some more people on. So what I want to recommend is that you go ahead and, obviously we don't have many guests on right now. This is really just for associates. So let me just actually grab the invite link, and I want to remind everybody to go ahead and invite anybody you can right now in the chat to make sure that they get on our Zoom right now, right? So anybody that, is not on here yet, please go ahead and send this link to them. And let's grab them. Let's get them on. We have some super exciting things to talk about.
Hey, Jeremy, can you start the transcript?
Yes. Thank you. Okay, we're ready to go. All right, so we just got off a sip and scrub. It was awesome. I had an associate that was actually just here that was actually mirroring me the last 3 or 4 days, and she has 5 guests on the sip and scrub right now. So they're still talking on the sip and scrub, which is great. And I am putting the Radiant facial oil in my hair. Right? You guys like that? You guys done that yet? So much going on. I'm so excited to be able to talk to you guys about what we're going to be releasing, right? Okay, so let's make sure we're sending that text out. Like, go ahead and invite other people that you can right now, please. Anybody else that should be actually be on here at the moment? Yeah. Hey, and Michael and like some of the other leaders, if you guys don't mind, just getting a couple of links ready. So, Michael, if you can actually get the Mastermind Facebook link ready to go for those that are registered for the Diamond U, and then also let's get a link ready to go for the actual Diamond University registration too. So I'll be talking a little bit about that during our Zoom. All right. The numbers are coming in. All right, so I heard that we had a great turnout for Jared's warm-up session and also Nathan's last night. I think we had like almost 200 people that were part of that Zoom and part of that warm-up. So this one's being recorded because we want to be able to make sure that anybody that comes into our challenge, over the next 14 days or next, we'll say 16 to 17 days, actually has access to this recording, so they can go through and like listen about all the details and what we've actually put together to help them grow their business, right? So I got to say, like, most of you already know my story. I mean, I'm not talking to guests right now. These are all associates, obviously, that are part of our Zoom right now. And I got to say that like when I look back at all the different things I've done throughout my USANA business, right? So I don't even know what my life would be like today if I wouldn't have found USANA, right? But the other caveat to that is if I wouldn't have actually taken action. So if I wouldn't have went to work in a very aggressive way, I also wouldn't have been able to create the lifestyle that I have today, right? So it's not just about being in USANA. It's not just about like taking the products every day. And I take 39 USANA products a day, right? But I mean, if you want to grow your business to the point that you can rely on that income as your main stream of income, you can rely on that as a long-term leveraged residual type of income that is based upon a percentage of all that sales volume that is happening within your organization, right? It's willable, it's sellable, right? This is a huge asset that you can build for the long term. But what I've found throughout all the time that I've been building my USANA business, and I've helped to coach and mentor people in many other places around the world as well, not only just here in the US, but also in other markets and other regions. Yeah, it's a little bit different when we do a presentation in the Philippines or in Hong Kong or maybe down in Mexico versus our normal presentation that I do right here as far as my work from anywhere. Things are different that way. We know there's different styles. We know there's a little bit different slide decks, a little bit different ways that we actually present or share. But one thing that is the most common denominator in massive success in USANA is creating a bubble of momentum. Meaning however you're building, however you decide to grow and develop your business, That's there. And we have those tools, and we're going to be showing you and teaching you all kinds of that actually in the next couple of weeks. But the most important thing is that you become motivated. You want to actually grow. You want to actually take action and actually work hard. So LJ came in actually on Monday of this week, and she shadowed me the last few days, right? She just flew out this morning, thank heavens. But I mean, like, have you ever had someone shadow you before, right? Where they fly into your home and they shadow every conversation, every presentation, every Zoom, how you run your routine, how you run your schedule, how do you focus on your goals, right? That's exactly what she had a chance to come in and like listen to me the last several days. And one of the first things I sat down with her was like writing down like, what are the most important goals for you? And I shared my goals with her, and I let her see my affirmations pages, right? And I've been doing this for years. And she sat down and she looked at it and she's like, oh my God, like, wow, this is intense, right? But I'm like, it is intense because I've done it for so long, and my goals and my affirmations are very detailed and are very goal oriented because I've been doing this for a long time. Now, some of you that are just getting started, like wanting to create this massive bubble of momentum, the first thing you have to do is sit down and figure out what it is that you want to accomplish over the next couple of weeks. What is it you want to accomplish leading up to our Diamond University event, May 7th, that kicks off? What is it that's most important to you that you're going to reward yourself with if you work so hard over the next couple of weeks? Because I'm about to announce something that there is no turning back. Once you make that commitment and you're ready to rock and roll and you're doing it for your goals, this is all about you. This is not about me. It's not the Jeremy Stansfield story. It's not the Jared and Crystal Krebs story. We're talking about doing this for you. So I have so many people like I've trained and I've mentored throughout my entire organization around the world. I don't know, probably like 300,000 or 400,000 people in my organization now in 25 countries, right? But I look back and I look at every single leader that have actually grown to like Ruby, Emerald, Diamond, Star Diamond. Shoot, we just had a 4-star Diamond director out of the Philippines. This was last year in 2020. So what is it that actually, makes the difference? Like, what is it that actually takes them from a point that they're like cruising along, have some people invite here and have some people like row here, and we just had a sip and scrub. It was awesome. But what is it that actually takes you from here to here fast, right? So many of you already know we're doing the Diamond University event, which is going to be in May 7th, which is going to be epic. And we're going to be teaching you exactly how to do to this, right? That's the whole theme of the event. And we have so many success stories around it. But we've come up with another idea as part of our mastermind with this Diamond University, which, by the way, as soon as you register for the Diamond University, you come into the mastermind. But maybe many of you are already part of the mastermind anyway from GoPro already. And what happens is this: you come into the mastermind and you get an opportunity to be able to give feedback. You get an opportunity to be able to create stuff. You get an opportunity to like put your input in on whatever it is that we're coming out with. How cool is that? So on Monday, earlier this week, on our Monday night mastermind, I talked to Jared like earlier in the day, and I was like, we need to do a recruiting challenge. Like, we have to do this. We'd all come out of like doing this aggressive recruiting challenge for GoPro. And some of you are actually a part of GoPro and were a part of that challenge. For me, in 7 days, and he extended 3 more days, it was 10 days. I sponsored 14 people in my USANA business. Do you know that I have not personally sponsored that many people for literally 15 years in my USANA business? But we all focused and we did it together collectively. And one of the coolest things was like, Eric was so aggressive, like, you got to do this, and you got to warm up your list, and you got to do this. And every single day we had 90 minutes of training every single day from Eric and other leaders that were like 7-figure earners in our industry. They were saying, this is how you're going to do it, right? Oh my gosh. We had so many success stories around the recruiting challenge. And if you're in the chat right now, go ahead and put how many people you sponsored. Like if you sponsored a couple people, you sponsored a PC, you sponsored an associate, put that in the chat. I mean, love to be able to see that right now, right? So what happened was like Eric, like he he started to like involve me in masterminds. He started to involve me in the training events. He started to involve me in all the things that were in motion. And in December, the middle of December, I was invited to go and speak as a keynote speaker for the largest virtual Zoom stage in the world, a $20 million stage in Las Vegas. It's crazy. It's like a spaceship. And I spoke as a featured speaker to 43,000 people. And what I found was like, it was epic. It was amazing. I loved it. It was so cool. You could actually like zoom out to people. You could like point at certain people all the way around us in a 360-degree sphere of anyone you wanted to talk to, anyone you wanted to actually come up on camera, anyone that you wanted to actually to share their story, right? So it made people like step up and be more interested and be more involved in what we had going on. It was so epic. And I think that this was a game changer for us in our industry because it started to show how we could have a front row seat to Zoom. And if you went to a huge audience, like when I spoke for GoPro just a couple of years before that, to 23,000 people sold out at the Las Vegas Convention Center and 20,000 streaming, which was still 43,000 people total. If you were in that convention center, you would have been probably back at the back of the room because the VIP section at the front of the room costs a lot more money. We're talking like $500 to $5,000 per seat to sit in the front of that room and to be close to what was happening on stage with GoPro. And it was epic. It was amazing. But you know, like with what happened in this event in December, it was a game changer because it gave everybody the opportunity to have a front row seat and to be able to get the energy and get the information and to be able to like not have to travel out somewhere, not have to like go out and do, airfare and accommodations and take time off work and everything else, right? Oh my gosh. So Zoom has changed our world over this last year. And for those of you that are not seeing growth yet, let me just tell you that in the Philippines, they just announced this on one of the virtual Zooms that was going on. It was actually a huge event, but they talked about how in the Philippines, they've gone from 3.2 billion in Philippine peso sales to 5.4 billion in 1 year in 2020. Guys, do you see the opportunity that we have right now? This is so freaking epic what we actually have now in the palm of our hands, right? And I found that like the things that like my associates and my team members and like other team members in the Philippines are doing is they're very live on Zoom for sure, but they're very motivated and they run incentives and they run like super cool stuff, right? So we're going to go ahead and launch something which we all formulated on Monday night as a part of the mastermind that we didn't even know that it was going to actually formulate in only 90 minutes. And this is what was so golden being part of the mastermind, 130 people on the mastermind on Monday night. And we literally came up with the most powerful, motivational, action-oriented, oh my gosh, sponsoring and recruiting challenge that has ever been released in USANA's history. In fact, it's even better than GoPro's recruiting challenge because we have prizes attached to it. And I always think like, I go back and I'm like, oh my gosh, like when I actually was working my hardest and like, we had a few contests that are out there. Like there was this massive like car contest, right? Well, it was like a cash contest. It was $250,000 the company was putting up for grabs if you're the grand prize winner. And I went and I talked to Lori and I actually wrote down, I was like, okay, I'm going to win this. I'm going to take the grand prize when it was announced at the celebration. And if I don't, here's my risk, right? So it was a risk and reward. And what I wrote on the risk, I showed her and she's like, oh my God, you're really going to do that if you don't make the #1 spot? I'm like, yes. And it was a painful risk. And I learned a very valuable lesson because I felt that if you get serious about an incentive and right out of the gate, you have a risk and a reward, right? So you write down like, oh my gosh, if I do great in this incentive, if I kill it, if I take one of these top 5 spots of our prizes, I want to reward myself, not just the prizes that come from the event and what we're putting together for our challenge, but on top of that, how else are you going to reward you, to be able to reward yourself for going out and working that hard? But here's the kicker. What if you don't work that hard? What is the risk, right? So that's what I was willing to share with Lori and say, okay, if I don't work hard and if I don't go kill it in this contest, And if I don't end up being the #1 grand prize winner, then here's my risk. And some people's risk was like to shave their head, and some people's risks were like to show up in pajamas at convention, which Brian Penrod actually had to do. He actually did that, right? So you think of like all these different things like you don't want to have to do as a risk if you don't follow through with the challenge. So I encourage you to do that up front as we start this challenge. Think of your rewards, think of your risks, and think of like what you're willing to do to like work hard in this challenge, right? The camaraderie is amazing. Like all of our energy is amazing. We're all working together. We're all connected. It's so awesome. Like we're actually having Spanish translation for our Diamond University event, right? So we're picking up so many other people too now that need to have that language. And we're doing so many things like this. And oh, it's awesome. This is all unfolding. It's so exciting. But on Monday, I was like, okay, Jared, I got this idea. And I feel like that we should be able to do a challenge, like running all the way up to the Diamond University event. And I was excited about it. For those of you that heard me, talking about it, even on Sunday night, I was doing training and I started to talk about it. I started to get the idea. You guys probably heard as I was like thinking about it out loud. And then on Monday night, like we solved it. Like we put it together. We analyzed it. We researched it. And all the people, this is not a Jeremy Stansfield challenge. These were 130 active mastermind members of our Diamond University mastermind on Facebook, on Zoom, Monday night. We all collectively came up with this challenge. I love that because when you collectively come up with something, then everybody has buy-in and they're also representing your interests. Like we started to debate things out. We're like, should we do it for like 3 months, or 2 months, or should we do it for 1 month, or should we do it for a week, 7 days, or should we do it for 14 days, or should we do it for 3 weeks? Should we have a warm-up period that, should be like a week to 2 weeks? So we debated all this stuff out. And for a minute, we were all like, okay, we're gonna do this challenge. We're gonna do it for 7 days. And we're gonna completely change our schedules. And everything we need to do with kids and with all our responsibilities and getting off work, we're gonna do it. And we're gonna just focus like crazy for 7 days, like Eric Worre taught us to do. And then for a minute, we also started thinking what if we didn't do that? What if we just got highly productive every single day? We extended it a little longer and we created a habit or a routine or a pattern of how we work our USANA business, how we become productive, the things that actually create the results that we want in our business every day. What if we did that? So we don't have to drop everything else in our life. You don't have to you don't have to work 18 hours a day like we were doing in the 7-day challenge. Instead, we want to create an atmosphere, a routine. We want to create a system, a way of how we work every day to be very productive in the hopes and the drive and determination that you continue that same pattern after the challenge, right? And we all started talking about oh my gosh, that sounds amazing. We need to do that. And then we started thinking, okay, 14 days sounds pretty freaking epic. Should we do 14 days? And we'll do we won't everybody do this for 7 days straight. We'll just do it for 14, but we'll be creating new habits. We'll be creating new routines. And on top of that, we don't have to do training for a week leading up to this. How about we do training every single day that gets you motivated about what we're doing? What if you're listening to success stories and you're on power hour sessions every day that gets you excited, that teaches you what to do for that day? And whether you're actually doing calls and approaches and invites right there on the actual power hour Zoom, or whether you just get motivated and the moment that Zoom stops, you're like, okay, what do I got to do? And you're writing stuff down and you're calling people and you're on your phone and you're making things happen, right? So yeah, this started to become a very big collective project. So then we started thinking now, okay, wow, what if we did not just 1 power hour a day, but what if we did 2? So then we debated that out. We're like, okay, when is that going to happen? And how would we do that, right? So then we started thinking, oh my gosh, who is doing an incredible power hour? And we know Nathan's got one that's awesome. That's super early in the morning. And there's so many leaders that have power hours probably all over our whole scope. But everyone keeps talking about this power hour with Deanne, that Krista started, and also Karen Shumka, right? And so like, this is happening and it's like huge. And it's like at 9 a.m. every single morning, Utah time. And it's already going, like they already have a system in place. So I was like talking with them, like, what if we converted that power hour every day in the morning to just be focused around this whole new challenge, right? What if we did that? And I started talking to them and they're like, oh my gosh, we have to do this. We have to do this. And every single call just gets more exciting and we have more ideas and more stuff. So then we came up with, okay, so we're going to convert that power hour, okay, every single morning. And it's still the same power hour, but we're just adding the influence of this Diamond University recruiting challenge to it, right? So every morning you can start at 9 a.m. in the morning, Utah time, and go and get motivated. Like, hear people that are working this. What are they doing? What are the success stories? Like, imagine having that daily dose every single morning. Now, for those of you that also don't have things have things going on in the morning, like, oh, I don't know if I can make that work. Like, I got kids, like I got stuff happening, like I got a job, I can't really make that time. Perfect. So we're going to set up a second power hour that is at 4:00 p.m. every day, Utah time, 2 hours before the work from home or work from anywhere presentation at 6 p.m. Utah. So that way you have an hour to actually get training in the afternoon, get motivated, and then have 1 hour to actually crank it and like start inviting and getting people part of what we're doing, right? So here's the thing. We're going to do 2 power hours every single day. So it's going to be very similar. You just got to like plug into one or the other. So in the chat, I want to know if you will commit, if we start this challenge on Saturday, right, for 14 days, put it in the chat. If you're committed to make sure you're on 1 power hour every day, whether it's in the morning at 9 a.m. Utah or at 4 in the afternoon Utah, please put in the chat if you're game. If you're in, say, yes, I'm in. Yes, I'm in. Okay. Put that in the chat if you're committed. And I think that that's the whole goal of this, because we want people to collectively come together and make a commitment to this. We're not doing the power hours just because we want to do them. We're doing them because they need to be done. We all need training. We all need to hear people that are actually working the business already and having huge success, right? So, I mean, it's a lot of work to actually, to have Deanne change her schedule on this short of notice for 14 days on her power hour was a big, epic move. This was a game changer. And then we created the second power hour at 4 in the afternoon, which Nathan will be actually running, right? So if you guys listened to Nathan last night, he's epic. He actually does a power hour super in the morning anyway. So he will make sure that we have this power hour happening every afternoon. So now all of a sudden we're going to have speakers floating, right? So I'll be a speaker. Jared and Crystal Krebs will be a speaker. Krista will be a speaker. Karen will be a speaker. Deanne will be a speaker. So all of a sudden, Cindy Nunnery is going to be a speaker. So all of a sudden now we have the opportunity to have our powerhouse speakers that are killing it right now in business, teaching you on those power hours, either in the morning or in the afternoon. We're not going to make recorded links. I mean, this is recorded because we want to make sure you get this link to be able to get out to other people that haven't seen this yet to want to get going in the challenge. But our power hours, they could be recorded. They might go into like a mastermind or like a Facebook page, but honestly, we don't even have time to go back and listen to recorded stuff. Like, you just got to make a commitment every single day to either make the morning one or the afternoon one, right? So I think this is a great idea. This is so epic. We all came up with this. Now, the next thing was this. Like, how are we going to recruit more people? We need more presentations. We also want to encourage all of you to do more presentations on your own as well, right? So we had to build that into the challenge. So we want everyone, no matter what, to be over inviting for every work from home presentation. So at 6:00 p.m. Utah time, every single day, oh my gosh, please be over inviting everyone you can to that event. It's so important, right? If the meeting doesn't need you, if you don't need the meeting still needs you. So still show up, right? Like, if you're sitting on there and you don't have a guest, you should probably sit through that 35-minute presentation and go, damn, this sucks. I should have had a guest on here, right? I want you to feel that pain. Collectively, I want you to be part of what we're doing as a team and a group, and that energy. But I want you to realize, like, what if I had 2 guests that were actually on the Zoom right now with me, right? And that's what I want you to be working towards. Like, we're not doing these Zooms and work from homes for fun. We're doing them because they're effective and they work. And you know what? There are results happening. Jared actually just texted me a little bit earlier, I think, or yeah, earlier today. He's like, oh man, I just signed up another Pro Pack. Pro Pack. That's 800 sales volume points. Last week, I think he signed up 4 or 5 Pro Packs in 1 week with his Project Legs. Guys, most of you are playing small. You're not playing big enough, right? So we have to create this challenge to get you guys to get out of your comfort zone and to start playing big. Start being serious about what we're going to do, right? And so you have this opportunity to lean on me and all of the other key people within the Diamond University Mastermind and all of our key leaders to also get their energy, to feel it, to actually apply it in your business. Now, you know, after I get done talking, and I'm on camera right now and I'm doing this on a Zoom, you know, you feel my vibration, you know, you feel my energy, you know, it kind of motivates you, right? So imagine now collectively having a whole bunch of people, hundreds and even thousands of people in USANA that are all working collectively on this exact same 14-day challenge. So if you missed the Zoom last night with Jared and with Nathan, I don't know if we have a recorded link up, but I'm going to put that out on my social media. I'll put it in the mastermind too. I don't know if Michael can actually work on a recorded link for last night's event.
I'll put it.
Perfect. Okay, so is my thing, I can't tell if my camera's like not being focused. One sec, guys. Okay. A little better. All right. Okay. So, so here's what's going to happen. We have put together the most epic challenge ever that launches Saturday. And we need all of your participation. And not just the people who are listening to the Zoom right now. We need you to send this recorded link to every single active and non-active associate in your business that you've ever even known. And you have literally from tonight, Thursday night, till Saturday when this launches to communicate to everybody. Let them listen to this link. Let them listen to what we're doing. Let them feel our energy on what we put together for this 14-day challenge. Because this is ultimately what's going to create more growth, more sales, and it's going to help them get out of their comfort zone, right? Urgency is what makes people move, right? So I want you guys all to get serious about communicating this to every single person you know in USANA, even outside of the people that made it on the Zoom tonight. This is epic. This is so huge. So here's what's going to happen. How the point structure works is, we came up with this on Monday night, is that we want to reward everybody for actually doing anything significant with guests, right? So if you're Zooming with a guest and you're actually showing them a 5-minute video, just screen capture that or take a picture of it. And if you're like on a Zoom, a work from anywhere, and you have a guest that's actually attending the work from anywhere, will you just take a picture or like do a screen capture if you don't know how to do it, you know, whatever you need to do just to have some evidence. And then you start putting that in a file on your camera roll in your device, or put it onto your computer and put it in a folder. And you can even like edit the picture and put how many points that you got. And I'll tell you, you get 1 point for every single person that attends an event, whether it's a one-on-one event. I got to say, like LJ, who was just here with me all week, she just flew back, got right home immediately and started into a sip and scrub. Cindy was on there. So many of other huge leaders, part of our mastermind. It was freaking epic. But LJ had 4 guests that were in her home. So right away, she would then have 4 points. Does that make sense? She had 4 people watching the sip and scrub. That means she'd have 4 points to actually go towards the contest, right? Now, for everyone you enroll that actually activates a business center or even is a preferred customer, and they just make their first order, guess what? That's going to be worth 1 point for every 100 sales volume points. So if they enroll with 200, like a basic pack, then that's going to be 2 points that goes towards you for the scoreboard during the 14 days, right? If they enroll with a pro pack, like, oh my gosh, like what Jared's been doing, holy cow, that's 800 sales volume points. That's 8 points. I don't think we can have Jared participate in this because he's probably going to kill it and like whoop all of our butt from a points perspective. So since he's one of the prize earners for what we'll probably have to not let him actually participate in the total prizes. But I mean, think about that. A pro pack, that's 8 points. That's epic. Like that takes the place of 8 people, 8 different people looking at a work from home zone. So at the end of the day, that's what we're trying to do. We want to grow sales. We want to grow business. We want to find people that are committed. We want you guys to work harder during the challenge and to be able to, make a difference in your business, right? And we want to already create success stories during this 14 days that we'll be able to talk about during our live Diamond University event on May 7th, right? So just so you know, everyone can participate in this. It doesn't matter what rank you are. It doesn't matter, you don't have to actually be registered for the Diamond University already. We encourage you to be registered for the Diamond University, but you can be part of this contest and this event and what we're doing for 14 days, all of the events, like 2 a day with our power hours. We're also adding an additional work from home in the afternoon. So 1 p.m. Utah time in the afternoon, we will do another work from home. And we'll probably end up adding another work from home this late Utah time for our AP markets. So there might be 2 new Zooms added every day for the next for 14 days starting on Saturday. So guys, you have to plug into this. During the GoPro recruiting challenge and right after the virtual GoPro event, we literally had 200 to 300 people on an actual work from anywhere Zoom. It was huge. This is exactly what we want to create again. There's no reason why we can't do this. We can actually have thousands on these work from home Zooms if we all collectively work and put in our effort during this next 14 days. Okay. So pay attention, start watching my social media to be able to see all of that information come out. Okay. The next thing is that everything works on points, like I said. So we have point categories, and the more points you get, the higher you are competing with everybody else within the challenge, right? So our top 5 point go-getters are going to be our prize winners. And we might add more, but for right now, it's 5, okay? So you want to continue to add points and work your business like crazy during the challenge and to be able to put your points together. Keep track of them. And as we get close to the end of the challenge, then you're going to be communicating to us to let us know what is your total points. Now, if you're a top 5 point earner and you are getting some significant prizes, so I've got $10,000 worth of prizes put together, which I'm sure all of you are excited to hear about. $10,000 worth of prizes between 5 people, okay? So if you're one of those 5 and you're a top point earner, guess what? You actually are going to have to show us some evidence to make sure you've actually done the points right? So, keep track of the screen captures. You can't just say, oh, I had a person on Sip and Scrub. You can't just be like LJ that says, I had 4 people in the Sip and Scrub tonight. I mean, I saw that, but did she take a picture? I don't know. So the contest hasn't started, but on Saturday when it does, if you got 4 people in a Sip and Scrub, like she just had in her house, do a selfie with those 4 people, right? You need to just be creative, take a picture, do whatever, and just start building your file with your points, okay? Now, here's the next coolest part of this entire challenge. I'm so excited to share this with you guys. All right, so listen to this. What if the people that were creating the biggest points every day, you had a chance to listen to them and hear what it is they're doing? Right? Firsthand experience. Someone that had 6 points yesterday, they put it on the scoreboard and they're like, oh my gosh, I got 6 points yesterday on the scoreboard. Here's what I did. I had 2 people do a Sip and Scrub. I had 1 person to work from home, and I had someone start with 300 sales volume points for the products. I had 6 points yesterday. And here's what I did. I warmed up 3 people. 2 were warm market, 1 was a cold market. And here's how I commented. And they write a paragraph on how they achieved those 6 points yesterday. How valuable would that be for you to hear and see how all these points are being generated. Because during the GoPro Recruiting Challenge, even though I enrolled 14 people, and I think I was like one of the top enrollers for the entire contest or event, I should say challenge, in GoPro, the biggest thing that people wanted to know, they didn't care about that I got 14. Do you know what the biggest question was on the mastermind and all of my trainings was, Jeremy, who were they, right? And how did you do it? Like, you signed up 14 people in 7 days. Like, who does that? And who were they? Are they warm? Are they cold? Did you get them on a work from home? Did you do a one-on-one? Like, what did you do, right? How valuable is this challenge? The first challenge in history that we're doing in USANA. That anybody participating and being excited and making shit happen and getting stuff on the scoreboard, you get a chance to look at that scoreboard and see what it is that they just did. Talk about a self-motivating engine. What an idea. I'm so proud of our mastermind Monday night for all collectively coming up with this concept. So where's the scoreboard going to be for all the points? It's going to be within the mastermind, right? So hopefully you're already grandfathered into the GoPro mastermind, which meant you paid for a ticket to GoPro for our December event, or you paid for a 2021 ticket in GoPro, and then that brought you into the mastermind. So hopefully you're there. We have 650 people part of the mastermind already, and it's epic. So we hope that you're serious about it. And if you come into the mastermind, you have access to all of our past Monday night mastermind events. You have access to all of our links, all of our scripts, all of our custom videos, all the stuff we do within the mastermind. We don't delete, it's still there. So instead of watching Netflix for like 2 hours tonight or tomorrow night, or watching a movie, like, take an hour and a half or 2 hours and literally get into the mastermind and look back through stuff and see and educate yourself on what's working and what's amazing and what's epic, right? Okay, now, here's the thing. To be part of the mastermind now, you have to have a Diamond University registration, right? So if you pay $49 and get the ticket, and if Michael or one of my other leaders can put the registration link in the chat for the Diamond University registration, okay? So this is what you have to do. If you want to be part of the mastermind and see the scoreboard and get that daily activity and see what people are doing on the scoreboard, that's how you're going to do it, right? So make sure you make your registration for $49. Get into our Diamond University in May 7th and 8th, here at my house, a huge live event. It's going to be incredible. And we have so many other international leaders all zooming in too. It's going to be the most epic virtual event that's ever happened in USANA's history. And we're just getting started. Wait until you see what we're planning. This is so epic, right? So believe me, it's going to be worth the $49. You can have people come to your house if you want. You can actually, I don't care if you have 10 people in your living room and you just pay $49 if you want. I don't care. The difference is that not all those other 9 people have access to the mastermind to see the daily motivational things happening around the points, right? So, keep in mind that if you want to see that, you have to have your own registration. It's worth $49. And so our Diamond University, now when you register, it's going to go ahead and guarantee that you're going to be in our mastermind at least for 3 to 4 months. So we don't know really when the expiration date is, but our mastermind is so collective and so aggressive, and we're so spot on. We can't do it forever. Like, this is not a forever thing. Our mastermind is very specific. It's very dedicated. We're very on point to make sure we're getting things done. We have task force right now within our mastermind that are building new slide decks and PowerPoint presentations for the products, for our work from home or work from anywhere, for enrolling physicians, for the compensation plan, onboarding, all those things we're doing within our mastermind. Literally, Patty Roney is our freaking superstar, and she's literally running about 6 mastermind task force at any given time. She's on Zooms every day with people collectively spending hours of their time, sometimes like 8 hours a day of their time, debating and like working through different stuff to make sure that they're putting together the best tools for us to be able to use. How are you going to find out about those tools? You got to be in our mastermind. How are you going to get updates about the task force? You want to put input, you got to be in our mastermind. So get your registration, and it brings you into the mastermind right now. So every day you wait, you're actually getting a less benefit because you're getting closer to the Diamond University event. So if you pay $49 today and get your ticket, then, and if you go to our Facebook page, so Michael or one of our other leaders, if you can put our Facebook page up on the chat. So this is how you get to our Facebook chat, our Facebook mastermind page, right? Now, listen, don't go and subscribe there and put in all your details if you haven't got your $49 ticket. Like, it's just a waste of time. We're just going to delete you out of the queue anyway, right? So don't be stupid. Like, get your registration done, put the information in there, share that with other people, share that with people in your business. And I'm telling you, like, you're going to get a chance to listen to me and all of our other leaders every single Monday night, and your people too. You want to have huge success in 2021, 2022, and the rest, and beyond. You want to have all of us training your people, not just yourself. They need to hear the energy from each one of us, part of that mastermind, and providing valuable content on a regular basis, right? So Monday night is the actual Zoom on the mastermind, and then we actually still put content out every single day on the mastermind throughout the entire week. So you're getting valuable resources. You can put in your input. You can make a video if you want. Sometimes I'm putting like cool videos out on the mastermind as well, and just like, talking about what's on my mind for that day and killing it, right? So this is all that daily motivation you need. You need to set your notifications on Facebook to make sure you're getting notifications when someone makes a post within the mastermind. I'm telling you, this mastermind that we have with Diamond University is without a doubt the number one solid thing you can do to grow your business this year. Number one. Even if you don't make our events, even if you don't even sit on a work from anywhere presentation or a sip and scrub or anything else, guess what? The number one thing you can do is be part of the mastermind. Another thing is announcements. Like, I don't have time to actually message all of the people and tell them, oh my gosh, okay, we have 2 work from anywheres today. We have a sip and scrub. We have a healthy hangover. We have like, literally we have multiple sip and scrubs happening. We have multiple events happening. We have Carolyn Edwards that's in AP in Auckland, and she's like putting her work from anywhere out on our mastermind. So anyone can plug into this, right? So we're all sharing all of our events. It's the only place in USANA that you can get a collective from all of us leaders and all of us contributing and sharing all of our stuff. And guess what? When we start this huge contest and this huge event and this huge challenge on Saturday, we're also going to bring all of that content to you every day for free. So on the power hour in the morning and the afternoon, you're going to hear all of the events happening within a 24 to 48 hour period. Yep. So you'll know all the sip and scrubs within 24 to 40 hours. All of us that are doing them, all of our work from homes, everything. If you're on the power hour, then you're going to know what's going on. You're going to be brought up to speed. When that 14 days ends, we're not doing that on power hours anymore. You've got to be in the mastermind to be able to get that content, right? So the mastermind still ends up being the magic key to all of this, right? So we want you part of it. We want you contributing. We want your input. We want your scoreboard. We want to know what you're up to. We want to be able to see what you're doing, right? And I think that that's one of the biggest things in this is like, we have to push ourselves to do more, right? We have to push ourselves to actually take action, but also put stuff out there, like share with other people. And that's what the coolest thing about the mastermind is. All right. You guys ready for this? I am going to share.
Saka lang niya sinabi na dali po. Hinaan ko lang.
I just fix that. Okay, so here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to actually throw this up, and this will be our power hour training. Okay, so this is going to happen every single morning and afternoon, right? Let me see if I can throw that in the chat here. One sec, guys. Okay, let's see. I have too many screens open. Okay, let's see, downloads. That's not the one I want. Okay, let's see here. There's a list. Sorry, guys. Just trying to find my content here to put in the chat. Okay. perfect. I just found it. All right, so let me just see. I'm not seeing. Hold on one sec, guys. Well, I'm going to have to find that here in a couple of seconds. I'll probably have any of our leaders kind of talk about this challenge too, such as Michael or any of our other leaders, Cindy, or anyone that's on the line that actually wants to share your 2 cents around our event here in a few minutes. And when I do that, then I'll go ahead and jump back here on my computer and be able to throw this into the actual chat. Okay. All right. Come back here and get my video back on. Okay. So again, so this is happening twice a day. And just in a minute, I'll actually put this on the chat. I'm also going to put this in the mastermind. I'm also going to put it on my social media. So anytime you want to look for when a work from home's happening or work from anywhere, like if you aren't part of the mastermind, then make sure you just go to my Facebook or my Instagram and you're going to see the content there, right? But just remember, like, it doesn't really matter who's speaking anymore. It doesn't matter who's speaking on the actual mastermind, and it doesn't matter who is speaking on the work from home now, because we have so much happening, so much activity every single day. You don't want to push prospects off and say, oh, Jeremy's going to actually be speaking on Wednesday, or, this person's going to be speaking on Thursday. I'm going to hold off. No, we have no time to hold off. We have to take action, and we got to take action fast. So it's just like bring people into the work from anywhere as fast as you can. The other thing is that you have an opportunity to use the 5-minute video presentation. So we'll be talking about this on the Power Hours too. It's something that Jared is having huge success with. Jared's not really a big promoter of the work from homes, even though he is on there and his team is. But how he's killing it with enrollments right now is a 5-minute video presentation. That 5-minute video presentation is available within the mastermind in the links section. So the more you get in the mastermind, just go up to links and you'll look through our links category and it's going to show you the URL for that actual 5-minute presentation. And he has scripts that are also written around how to do that 5-minute presentation, how to get an expert on the phone to like walk people through it, right? And it works. He's having huge success with it. For me, like, I'm so busy that I just have to invite people to work from homes. People are scheduling me for like Zooms and follow-ups all the time, but it's like hard for me because I have so much going on in my life right now. It's hard for me to actually set specific times throughout the day, but I surely can make sure that I can be on each work from home every day with guests, right? This is the very minimum that you can do. Over invite for these presentations. Invite 5 and you're going to have 2 show up. And the 3 that don't show up, you still stay committed to them. You still call them back. You still talk to them. You still want to continue to be persistent. Remember my story with USANA. If you don't know this, my sponsor talked to me about this for 30 days straight. He was so aggressive. Like, he did not give up on me. He was so persistent. And I told him, no, I don't want to do network marketing. No, I don't want to do supplements. Like, stop calling me. Like, what are you doing? Didn't matter. He was so persistent. I knew the only way that I was going to actually get him to stop calling me is if I actually took time to look at USANA. What if he would have given up talking to me about USANA after like the 5th approach? What if 10 days into his 30-day deal of talking to me, what if he would have given up? I wouldn't be standing here today. I love my home. I love my life. I love my daughters. I love being an empty nester. I love flexibility. I love travel. Oh my gosh, I love my life so much. I love being healthy. Oh my God, what would have happened if he would have given up on me after talking to me 10 times about this? On that 11th and 12th and 13th day, what if I didn't get a call from him? I hadn't even looked at it yet. I would have never looked at it. I'd still be installing carpet with my brother, which is fine that we have a great family business doing it. But I surely wouldn't be standing in a 7,000 square foot home and have business that's worth in the tens of millions of dollars. Okay? It wouldn't be me. The reason that it's me is because someone was persistent enough to not give up on me. And I hope you realize how vital this challenge is so that you get through all of those people that need to look at this. They need to look at it. They just need to see it. Once they see the presentation, if it's not for them, no big deal. No worries. But at least you did your job and you got them committed to actually look at it, right? So that's what's so important to this. The challenge is all about productivity. It's all about you reaching out to all of the people, okay, that need to hear the USANA story. And even if they've only looked at some social media stuff or they've like warmed up a little bit, like doesn't matter at this point. It's calling them, texting them. Like it's getting serious. It's letting them hear your enthusiasm, hear your urgency around what's going on. Now get this. This is the next big game changer to what we're going to do with the challenge. The next slide I'm going to bring up is going to show you the $10,000 worth of prizes. Okay. Now, I would hope that you're just talking to people and getting them excited to commit to look at USANA anyway. But now there's a huge incentive, not only to go in your pocketbook, but you know what else the prizes brought to our challenge? Something way bigger than putting $10,000 in 5 people's pockets. Way bigger. Do you know what it gave? It gave a new prospecting approach to talk to the people about USANA. So all the people you know, you can like literally like reach out to them and say, oh my gosh, I need you to look at this work from home in the next 24 hours. We have this time, we have this time. Why? Because I'm up for grabs on $10,000 contest right now. Will you actually look at USANA for me? Because this is going to get me further up the contest. I mean, it's exciting. I think USANA could be amazing for you. But honestly, I just need you to look at it because I get a point towards the contest for $10,000 in prizes by just having you look from this work from home. Or by me having a 30-minute window to do a 5-minute presentation with you today and do a follow-up. Or by having you sit on a sip and scrub or a healthy hangover event. So, gosh, like if you'll just do that for me and look at this, it will really mean a lot to me. It'll really mean a lot to me. And if you ask people for that, like, will you do this for me? Will you look with an open mind and just jump on this Zoom? Just jump on 30 minutes with me showing you what we're doing. Because it's going to give me points towards this amazing contest. And I want to be to participate. I want to like win. And I want to get my points on the scoreboard. Like, will you do that for me? Who is going to tell you no? No one. Guys, we just created an incentive and a challenge and a contest that gives you a game-changing way to talk to people to get them to look at USANA, especially the people that know you, because they're going to look at it because you've asked them to, because it's going to get you more points for the contest. And there's $10,000 up for grabs on our prizes. Okay, let's see here. So let's see what those prizes look like. All right, so here we go. All right, so I'm going to add these in the chat in a few minutes. So you guys will be able to download these. You'll actually be able to get them from my social media as well. You get them from the mastermind. Like I say, I'm going to have Michael or Cindy or any one of the other leaders talk a little bit about their 2 cents on this contest here in a couple of minutes. So get ready, guys. And then I'll go ahead and find those and put those in the chat. So look at this. I can already tell you that the #1 prize that's part of our $10,000 campaign is the availability for Jared's personal coaching. Now, I got to tell you that like when you go to GoPro and you actually spend the money to go to Eric Worre's home, which he just actually messaged me and personally invited me to this April mastermind at his house. Anyone that goes to these masterminds at his house are like into it, like 20 something grand. $20,000 to go to these masterminds at Eric Worre's home. Guess what? Jared's been to them all. Yep. He's the #1 recruiter and sponsor in the entire Americas and Europe all last year. He's killing it. He enrolled just a pro pack earlier today. He enrolled 5 pro packs last week, not basic packs. I didn't ask how many people he enrolled as far as his basic packs or his entrepreneur packs. He enrolled 5 100-point packs last week. 5. I don't know about you. I mean, he's part of my 5 and I coach him, but my gosh, I would love to have him coach me. Holy shit, right? Like imagine having Jared bring you into his 5 and he teaches you and gives you assignments every single day for 30 days. Now, we put a simple measure of $5,000 value on here. I'm telling you, it's a $100,000 value. I mean, you could be telling people in the contest, this is a $100,000 contest, because that's the worth of what Jared's doing on I think the number 1 prize, hands down. Like when Jared made this commitment, I was like, oh, thank you. Because I can't do it. I'm so freaking busy. There's no way I could bring somebody in to my life right now as one of my 5. No way, can't do it. I know where to draw the line. But Jared says, I'll do it. I'll make that commitment. This is so epic. This has never been done in USANA's history. It's actually never even been done in direct selling history. We were on all kinds of GoPro stuff with Eric for like 3 months. Not once did I hear that you would actually get private coaching from a leader that's been part of Eric's mastermind, has invested hundreds of thousands of dollars in all of their content, training, and everything else, and is the number 1 top recruiter in the company of whatever company it is. It's not even possible. It's never even happened. This is and it might be someone in his downline that wins, but it will probably be someone's sideline. Have you ever had personal coaching from someone like me or someone like Jared Crossline to build your USANA business? Do you know how epic this is? Do you realize what's going to happen if you work hard and you are the top point earner and you choose this one? This is so epic. It's massive. On top of that, we've got other product packages. So we have $2,000 in USANA products. And as you guys know, I've been doing a lot with like the top talent events lately, right? And I'm having 100% sign up. So I don't have anyone that doesn't get involved in USANA on one way or another, either using the products as a customer or becoming an associate. So my last 3 top talent events, I took tons of product to these events. I let everybody immerse in the products. I didn't talk to them about the business. I didn't talk to them about prices. I didn't talk to them about being a PC. I just put tons of products around them every day. I made Nutrimills for them. I did sip and scrubs for them. I let them use our mineral calm at night. I lined up everybody that was there at the top talent event, and I lined up every single night's dosage of our new mineral calm citrus drink every single night, plus the Pure Rest. Do you realize that everybody freaking had the best sleep of their entire life? They've never felt better. The products were magical for them. Guys, our products are the shit. Like nobody has as effective products as we have. The challenge is that sometimes we only buy enough for our own personal consumption. We only buy enough for our own auto order. We only buy enough to like make sure we're using our routine every day, which is it's awesome. I use 39 USANA products a day. But I started to think bigger. And I thought, you know what? I'm going to do something different. I'm going to try something. It's never been done before. I'm going to take thousands of dollars worth of products to an actual top talent event where there are ladies there that have hundreds of thousands, if not millions of followers as influencers. We talk about influencers. We see it in our slide deck. I'm like, I'm going to do a custom pack for Chloe Ture. I don't even know her that well. I'm going to see how that goes. I'm going to give her tons of product. Oh my God, did she not love USANA? Did she not become an associate immediately? Did she not actually get to Platinum Pace Setter Premier immediately? Did she not achieve Achiever immediately? Like within a matter of a few weeks? She has 2.5 million followers. I think it was a good move that I actually like took a bunch of product to actually do an event like that. So I was thinking on our contest prizes here, I want to put together these 2 product packages that give you an opportunity to do that without taking money out of your pocket. So these product packages are designed to actually like let you customize exactly what you want. Whatever you want. Okay. So whatever you want of the USANA products for $2,000 worth, so that you could actually have an event or like somewhere you want to go or a family outing or something, or maybe multiple ones. And where you want to do multiple sip and scrubs. It's not, I don't want you to take these products to use for your personal consumption. Keep your auto orders the same. Like, come on, don't change that up. But use these extra product packages to freaking grow your business. So visualize yourself customizing the most badass $2,000 product package, right? Put in the chat. Put in the chat the things you're going to order for that $2,000. If that's you and you take that, put in the chat right now. What's the theme? Like, what are you going to do? Tel Aviv? Are you going to do like the resets? Are you going to do a variety? Like, are you all in? Like, put it in the chat. Are you excited about this? Like, do you think you can grow your business to the next level by taking a $2,000 dose worth of freaking products and getting it into people, getting into prospects? Right? I know we're still in the pandemic and all that, but listen, like, you can still go to do a function. You can put something together and do it. And I'm telling you, you're going to be your belief level goes through the roof because you realize again how freaking powerful our USANA products are. When you see people at that event or a family outing or whatever it is, all using the products and just having epic results, and that's all they can talk about, guys, it's a game changer again for your not only your mental thought process, your confidence, but you fall in love with USANA because you see so many people using the products. And the first part, they don't even know there's a business. So they just use it and just see what it does for them. And they're like, oh my God, I love this stuff, right? They love it, right? Biased approach. They don't look at a work from home. They don't look at a Zoom or anything. I'm telling you, it's so exciting. So here's how it's going to work. We're going to use the $1,000 in cash that comes from our Diamond University registrations, okay? So hopefully we get enough Diamond University registrations to cover all the costs here at my house. We're putting more Zoom equipment together. We have a lot of things going on to actually make this happen. We're paying for flights for all the people to come to my house. We're, taking care of expenses of everything. And so, I'm looking at right now, obviously, the event producers, which is me, Jared, and Crystal, we're completely upside down, obviously. But as we get more and more registrations, it'll all come together and we'll just continue to invest that money into our, other incredible things we're doing. So our next challenge, this is the start. Like, let's research this. Let's study it. Let's get it active. Let's see how this 14 days go. And then let's talk about it in the mastermind and decide if we do another 14 days, even leading up to the Diamond U, who knows? Or like right after the Diamond U or whatever. Let's all collectively figure this out and do it together and find the things that motivate us, right? So what I'm trying to say is the cash is not something that USANA is putting together. That's cash we're taking out of the registrations for the Diamond University. So again, collectively, this is your baby. It's your cash. It's your money because we're all collectively enrolling people for the Diamond University, and that's where the money comes. Now, I'm also going to say that you don't have to be registered for the Diamond University to win. Okay? So you can share this video with confidence to all of your people that's listening to this right now. And if they don't want to be part of the Diamond University, that's okay. They can still plug into our power hours every day. They can still plug into everything we're doing with the points. And you can also be contributing and putting points together for the $10,000 in prizes. Okay. So you can do that. You don't have to actually be registered. We would love for you to be registered, but it's not a mandatory requirement. Okay. If you want to see the scoreboard and you want to see everybody's points that are actually coming out and actually see that on the wall and get that daily dose of motivation and what's happening in people's businesses to accumulate those points, then you should probably register and get part of the mastermind. So that piece of it you're not going to have. We can't just throw you into the mastermind when we have other people that's paid to be part of the mastermind. In one way, shape, or form, one way or another, everyone has paid money to be part of the mastermind. So we can't just invite you and have you be part of the mastermind if you're not actually registering, right? So, but the rest of the contest, everything we're doing, all of our prizes is open for everyone. The power hours every day, our work from anywhere, it's in everything we're doing. And guys, guess what? If we want to add more work from homes than just 2 or 3, we could do that by day 3 in our contest. It's all up to us as leaders. It's all up to us being serious about this. This is our baby. This is not the Jeremy Stansfield contest or freaking challenge. This is our collective mastermind challenge, which has the best interest of the entire company at hand, right? So we're all coming together collectively, and this is why it's going to be so freaking powerful. All right, so here's how it's going to work. The top point earner at the end of 14 days gets choice of whatever of the prizes that they want of the 5 groupings. So if you're the top point earner, you could just choose $1,000 in cash, or you could choose the training with Jared Krebs, or you could choose the $2,000 in products. The next point earner below the number one top point earner now has second choice of the rest of the prizes that are still available in the pool, and so on and so forth. The third point earner, top point earner, now has third choice of what's left within the category for the prizes, right? Brilliant, right? So this makes it so easy for all of us to work hard, to be able to like have fun with this contest, be able to like really be proud of what we're doing. And if you are not a top point earner in this contest, trust me, we're just getting started. Wait until we do our next one again. And then we even improve it. We make it even more powerful. And you'll get a chance. At some point, you're going to be a top point earner, right? So go for balls, like kick it, like make yourself like push so hard during the next 14 days, launching on Saturday. Okay, so we're gonna put all this together. You'll see all the stuff coming out for it. But I mean, like, keep in mind, this is just the beginning. This is the formulation. This is kind of like our test to see how freaking powerful this is going to be. We want to create success stories like no other time in USANA. And I know we can do it. Okay, with that said, I'm going to go ahead and stop my share. I'm going to turn my camera off so I can like grab both of these documents and put it in the chat. And I'm going to go ahead and ask some of our co-hosts if they can take over for a second and just kind of put their 2 cents in on what they think about our challenge.
Okay, I'm going to jump in. I want to share something, Jeremy. I had my foot off the pedal of my business for a while. And all of this that was happening since GoPro on and this Diamond University that's coming up and this challenge is actually putting my foot back on the gas pedal and pressing it down. And that's very exciting. 17 years I celebrated with USANA last month in February. And I have never seen a group of USANA people from all cross lines come together and do something like this. It is outstanding. It's really getting myself moving again. I'm looking around my office saying, okay, you got to get yourself set up for 14 days because it's going to be all a go. And I'm so excited to jump in and play the game with everyone.
I love it. I'm just kind of trying to figure out, Michael, are you able to unmute or not? I see your chat in here that you're not able to. Let me just see why you can't do that. Hold on.
Well, I think I am now. Can you hear me?
Okay. Yeah, cool. And then after you, Michael, I'm going to have Nathan take a minute too. Nathan, be ready to talk for a second.
Awesome. You know, much like Cindy, I was an early adopter to this mastermind. I really want to drill down on this mastermind because I think it's so important. I was actually attracted to it. I wasn't really 100% in the GoPro virtual, and then I did get much more involved in it. And now I'm an accelerator. That's how involved I got. So as a coasting Emerald director for many years, I wasn't engaged and sort of lost. You know, you kind of lose your way when you're in a vacuum. You kind of lose your way when you're isolated. And so, you know, a lot of you guys that are in the mastermind, what you're taking away from it is action and activity. And so what's happened is so much more activity. So what tips can you get? What's one thing, a benefit you can get from a mastermind? Well, last night during Jared's call, he posted a picture of himself with his hands up. I took that and I took that to heart. Many of us on this did. I know Cindy did. And we posted. I got like 150 responses from people I haven't talked to in a long time. And I thought I talked to everybody, right? Yeah, some were USANA peeps. But the fact was, of those, I messaged, I called out probably about 22. I had conversations with 22 of them. Messaging back and forth, and there are 8 solid in the pipeline. I was flabbergasted. That's one thing that you can get from Mastermind. The other thing I want to say is the active nutrition launches March 31st. We all know that. We don't live in a vacuum in USANA land. It's a reason to call people. It's just a reason. If you're nervous or you're uncomfortable, you know, and you don't want to, you know, you warm up, you can warm somebody up. Hey, I really got exciting news. When can we talk? You can do a script like that, and then you have a reason. It's the active nutrition launch, which coincides with the ramp down to the end of this exciting recruiting challenge. And so one little technique I might share is, Jeremy sort of said, gave some ideas around inviting people, and you might do something like, listen, if you're talking to somebody, I committed to have 3 people on a work from anywhere. And I think I overcommitted and I'm really in trouble here. I need your help. Would you just get on, just stay to the end? It's only like 30 minutes. I'll buy you coffee, whatever. But would you do that favor for me and just let the information speak to your prospect? There's a zillion and one ways that you can connect with people and encourage them to take in the information. You've got all these tools going on. I'm excited to participate in power hours. I don't have much experience with that. I sort of do my own power 3 or 4 hours during the day, but I'm having fun. It's really an exciting time. I'm learning, I'm growing, so can you. Register. And not only that, get your people to register. For goodness sakes. We used to pay $10 just to go to a Super Saturday once a month. 3 of those is $30. I had somebody today that immediately registered. He said he used to pay a lot more for Super Saturdays. Man, this is going to be excellent. But the value that you'll get from being part of a virtual community that cares about you, that's in the same place that you are, because we all are, is priceless. So, anyone else?
Yeah, so we're going to go to Nathan, and then we're going to go over to Deanne. So thanks, Nathan.
No problem. It's good to be here. Listen, I will share something very quickly, which is at the beginning of the COVID situation, a lot of you know that I was building in Indonesia for the last 5 years or so full time, and I hadn't really experienced really building in the US. And so I was really scared about leaving my team there and what that would mean for the stability of my business. And the thing that has come out of that experience is we've built these power hours. And I can tell you there's about 9 or 10 people that come on our power hour every single day. And when I look at my organization as a whole, the 9 or 10 people that are on that power hour every day are the ones that are rank advancing, they're growing, they're signing up new people. And more importantly than anything else, they're also the people that are now presenting on their own. They're teaching other people how to do the power hour. And so I've been watching this duplication of independence, which we learned from Eric Worre at GoPro, is really the name of the game. And so one thing that I can say about this challenge that I love is I believe consistency is the #1 thing that can help you build your business effectively. And this is an opportunity to take advantage of the fact that there are presentations that are going on multiple times a day and to plug into a power hour. And so my recommendation would be get an accountability buddy, somebody that's not gonna let you off the hook, and commit to being on, however many power hours you're going to commit to every day, and commit to being in communication every day and really empower each other, and use this opportunity to create a habit out of taking action. Because you can actually come to the mastermind every Monday and be involved and kind of still be a fly on the wall. But this is really an opportunity to take what you're learning and implement it and put it into action. And so to me, this is really a huge opportunity for everybody, whether you've been engaged or you've been on the sideline. Use the momentum, plug yourself in, create the habits that are going to resonate throughout, they're going to reverberate, throughout the rest of the year. And yeah, don't let this opportunity go by, because you're going to wish you didn't. And that's it.
Awesome. Okay. Hey, Deanne, are you still there?
I'm
You
still
ready to go?
here.
All right.
I'm still here. So I just want to welcome everyone who is going to be coming to our power hour in the morning. I want to actually thank Cindy. She just did a sip and scrub that I was on with a guest that was here. So thanks for that, Cindy. And with the power hours, so our power hours are 8 o'clock Pacific Standard Time, and we go to 9:30. We have a lineup of things that are going to be happening from 8 to 8:30 Pacific Standard Time, and then we're launching all in to supporting everyone in the recruiting challenge. So I came came back to my business. I've been here 24 years. I came back to my business during COVID as well. And my focus was to actually bring the leadership here in Canada together. And that has happened through Power Hour. So just, awesome leadership that is on doing challenges, doing trainings, all kinds of stuff. We're teaching people how to do, work with their social media, all of these things. And now I'm so excited that we as a field, because we haven't seen anything like this in the field outside of the very first days that USANA started. USANA started in Canada. The field had come together a little bit at that point, but nothing like this. So join us on Power Hour. We have anywhere between probably 35 to 55 people every day. I put it into Facebook Live. So join the Facebook group. All of our events are there. So all the sip and scrubs, everything is attached inside of Facebook or inside our Power Hour on Facebook. So looking forward to seeing you there, and looking forward to helping people grow over this next 14 days.
Awesome. Thank you, Deanne. And I got to say, like, to be able to, for you to like change up your schedule, like we've been talking on the phone, like we've been on the phone a lot the last couple of days, to like just do this like so quickly for all of us, like this was huge. This was huge because they already have their Power Hours scheduled out for like the next month. And so like, this was a big deal. So I just want everybody to realize, like, if you're not using the Power Hours, then you're shooting yourself in the foot. Like you're completely missing out on a huge opportunity, a huge golden opportunity, right? So I hope that even after this 14-day challenge, that you create a routine that becomes just so epic in your life to have production happening. Like when I'm working, I sponsor 1 to 2 people a week in USANA, always. When I'm in coast mode and I'm not working, which I've done that for years, I'm not working, I'm not sponsoring. But otherwise, we have to create a habit with you and a routine that you can sponsor 1 to 2 new people every single week forever when you're actually building the business. And there'll be a time you go into coast mode too, and you don't have to do that. But when we're in growth mode, I want you to think about this. If you're looking at your business centers right now, and you're bringing on 1 to 2 new people every single week, how big will your check start growing? If you're doing that every week and you're sponsoring down below other people, because you can only sponsor 4 wide anyway, imagine what that does for the energy within your group, right? So the biggest results that we're trying to accomplish in this challenge is to get you in the right mindset to change your routine, to get completely effective at enrolling 1 to 2 people every single week forever when you're working USANA. During the challenge, we're going to expect you to enroll more because we're all going to engage and we're like changing our schedules and we're freaking going to go for it. And I don't know what my number is going to be. I did 14 in 13 or 14 in the GoPro challenge in 7 days. So obviously my goals are freaking high. I got so much work to do, so much warm-up stuff I have to do. And when Michael is talking about the actual post that Jared's talking about, Jared and I came up with that idea yesterday. When I was on the phone with Jared last night, and I was like, and then we're about to close up, so I don't want to keep everybody too long, but I guess I'm gonna say, like, I literally like was talking to Jared like super late last night. I'm like, damn, like, what was it like when we used to build our business by ourselves? And Jared's comment was, oh my God, I don't even want to think about that. Yeah, I don't even want to think about that. Like, he knows he can call me anytime, 24/7. I always answer the phone. Our conversations are quick, we're to the point, we handle stuff. And like, he just literally like, oh my God, he's like, I don't even know what that is like. I can't remember what that was like because we have so much community support right now, right? So this is what we're creating, right? So we have so much work to do, but this post that Michael was talking about, which if you need to go to Jared Krebs' Facebook page and his Instagram, and you need to do the exact same post. If you have never done the 3-finger post, then the 3-finger post happens first. Okay. You need to do the 3-finger post first. All right. That's going to get you all kinds of warming up activity to be ready for the challenge. And you need to do it right now. You need to do it today, tomorrow. Okay. Post it. And to watch all the people that comment on your 3-finger post. And here's how it works. You just say, here's a selfie. And you say, what 3 things do you think of me when you think of me? Or like what 3 aspects when you see me, what do you think about? Right. So you can word it however you want, but people will now start to talk about what are those 3 things? What are those 3 attributes that they look towards for you? Whether it's, hey, it could be the hair, right? I got gray hair. I don't know. It could be like you're healthy. It could be like you do USANA. It could be like whatever. And that starts conversation. And then what you do is you direct message each person that responds to your post. Michael said he just did this the second post, which I'm about to explain. He had 100 and something responses in 24, it hasn't even been 24 hours, right? 100 and something responses. Do you know how busy Michael is right now? On top of like all those people, can you imagine what his DM looks like right now in his messenger? Like he's probably freaking going crazy. Like, can you imagine balancing 100 people in your messenger right now on messaging people directly and inviting them and warming them up? The first thing you do is warm them up. You like, look at their social media. They just commented on your stuff. Comment on theirs. How much do people love it? Like even yourself, when you get a comment on Instagram or on Facebook, don't you like it? Doesn't it make you feel good? You look at your notifications almost every day to see who liked your stuff. But if they commented, oh, that's a whole nother level, right? That's a whole nother level. It makes you feel great, right? Why on earth would you not respond to every person that just commented on your post or any other post you ever do? And you should be direct messaging them to warm them up, but you also should be on their Facebook and their Instagram pages and freaking commenting and liking every damn post they do. Because when you talk to them about USANA, now they're going to be like, oh my God, they're going to listen to you because you've taken time to care about them. Some of you guys are looking at social media as like, oh my, we use social media to like stay connected and like, get motivated and like our goals. And like, guys, we work. This is our job. This is our job. This is how we earn significant freaking money. Our job is we warm up prospects. We make them feel great. We ask questions. We have a genuine interest in them. If you want to be a game changer on social media, you get really, really into their lives. So now Michael has this huge challenge right now. He has 100 and something people he has to be liking all their posts right now. He has to be commenting on all their shit on their stuff. But that is our job. I had Michael talk to me like we were on the phone, I don't know, probably 10 days ago or so. And Michael was like, okay, I got to start doing some other advertising or something else like, cold market or something. I'm like running out of people. Now look, in one collective idea that Jared and I come up with, and he has 100 and something responses in 24 hours. I don't think Michael has any time to actually worry about any other cold market or any other freaking contacts right now, right? Like he's busy. So you can do the same thing. So what the post is, and Michael can actually probably put a picture of it here if he wants in the chat, but it's basically like this. So you put both your hands up and you have someone take your photo or just put it on a tripod or something. And you like, hello, like I follow a lot of people on social media, but I don't know if you're actually seeing my stuff. Say hi if you look at my stuff. Hello. And then people respond like, yeah, hi. Yeah, I see your stuff, right? Like, hello, is anybody seeing my stuff? So this is the picture you're looking for, right? Okay. So that's one idea that Jared and I came up with collectively because our juices are running like with what we're doing with the mastermind. Who's going to have the next idea? Next week, we're going to have another post. So which one of you on the mastermind are going to give us the next idea that creates 150 responses like Michael's did in the last 24 hours. Okay. So start with the 3-finger post, then do this one. If you've already done the 3-finger, then do this one. And then next week, we're going to have another one. And you guys can, one of you guys will probably come up with the idea. So think about it. It's going to be awesome, right? All right. With that said, I'm just going to one last thing. If we have any other leaders that were wanting to talk, I'm just going to make sure that I am going to shut up for a second if anybody wants to unmute themselves. But otherwise, we're going to wrap this thing up. We are good to go. Okay, cool. So I did throw those files in the chat. So make sure you go back and grab those 2 graphics, which promotes the prizes. It promotes the power hours every day. This thing freaking launches Saturday. This was not my idea that it was going to launch Saturday. This was the collective approach of the mastermind. We're doing this Saturday. So we're moving fast, right? So remember, we're not doing training to lead up to this whole kickoff like Eric did. We're actually going to do training every single day. We want to create a routine. We want to create a new way that you're approaching your business with motivation, with things happening every day you can plug into. You have to be on the power hours because you're going to hear all of the open events that are happening in the next 24 to 48 hours. I was on the phone with Deanna earlier today, and I was like, one of the most important things you have to do on your power hour in the morning, you have to have everybody's work from anywheres. You have to have everybody's sip and scrubs. You have to have everyone's healthy hangovers. You have to have everybody's events public, and you're gonna put that actually out on the power hour. So in the morning, Deanna will start it. Nathan will make sure it happens in the afternoon. So whichever one you get on, the morning one or the afternoon, you're gonna know all of the events that's happening. This is the first time in USANA's history that we actually open up all cross-line events and make them available to everyone, right? We didn't have a forum. We didn't have a fashion to be able to do that before. Now we do. So please take time to call all of your active associates, your inactive associates. This is the time, if you've ever thought of going through your downline report and saying, I should probably call someone back. And Jared enrolled a Pro Pack last week from somebody that was just a customer or an associate, but just used the products. He just called them off his downline report, called her, had her look at what we were doing. She did a freaking Pro Pack and is so excited. People go through changes in their life. So any of you that already have existing downline, you need to be calling all of those people for this challenge. Half of the 14 people that I enrolled during the last challenge were people that I'd already had in USANA at some point, right? So those are a lot easier, but you have to do it. You got to go through those people. If you don't talk to them about USANA, they're going to go join another network marketing company. They're going to go do something else. It's your job. This is what we do, is reach out to them and let them know what we're doing. Now you have the contest. You have the work from home. You have our 14-day series of all this stuff happening. People don't even need to worry about even onboarding and training right now. Just get them plugging into our power hour in the morning and the afternoon, plugging into our work from anywheres, and we're ready to rock and roll. I have a whole new project I'm working with Chloe and all these people. I'm like, guys, we just came up with the best freaking system ever. Everyone's going to get trained firsthand, and we're going to rock and roll for 14 days. You just got to plug into one of these 2 events each day, plus invite people to do their stuff, and that's it. It's simple. Let's rock and roll this. Let's make it so big. So I'm going to, when this recording ends, I'm going to create a link. I'm going to put it out on my social media page. I'm going to put it in the mastermind. So look for the link. It takes usually about an hour to 2 hours for this recording to actually transcribe and to be available. So I'd say probably by tomorrow morning, but even late tonight, look at my Facebook, look at my Instagram, and grab this recording link, okay? Now, then I want you to get it to everybody you can think of. Like you right now are coming out of the freaking gate. You have literally 24 to 48 hours to freaking get a whole bunch of people excited about this. The moment that you're calling people in your downline and you're 5 days into the contest, it's not as sexy. It's not as exciting. 5 days in and they're like, oh, it's a 14-day contest and I'm already 5 days in. You're just calling me right now. Your job over the next freaking 24 to 40 hours is to freaking call every single person you've ever even talked to about USANA before. In your downline or not in your downline, you need to call them next 24 to 40 hours and get them ready for this event that kicks off on Saturday. Get them into what we're doing. Show them these graphics, right? Send this recording to them. Then during the actual challenge, you're not probably going to be calling a lot of your existing associates or inactive associates. You're going to be working on your new people now. You're going to be working on your new people that you've done your posts with. You're working with, this picture, all that stuff we talk about, right? And then the last thing I'm going to leave you with is this. And I'm talking specifically to a lot of people in my project legs too, that I haven't had time, or you haven't actually reached out to me to get training yet. It's not my job to train you. You have to reach out to me. I'm busy. So if you want to grow this business, you have to show some effort, and you got to text me, or you got to call me. I don't have time to call you. You have to call me. I'm too busy. Now, if you're calling me and you're learning the ropes, you're just getting started and you are hungry for information, we have a 2-hour multiplier training by Eric Worre that he did with other leaders in the entire industry. That was the kickoff training for the last 7-day recruiting challenge. In that 2-hour multiplier training, and I don't know, Michael, if you can actually grab that from our links document and throw that in the chat, but that 2-hour multiplier training is so epic. And if you have hungry people, and even if yourself is going, oh man, am I ready for this? Have I done enough of my names list? Have I done enough, or have I put together enough people? Am I doing the right thing? I'm telling you, if you spend time to go through this 2-hour multiplier training sometime in the next 24 to 48 hours, it'll rock your world. It'll get you ready. And if you don't need it and you have already been through it and you've already been working on GoPro stuff, then it's okay. You don't need it. But if you get into the mastermind, you just go to the links document. So it's up there on one of the announcement posts. Click the links document. It brings up shit tons of links of all kinds of stuff that we have, from Jared's scripts to the 5-minute video we talked about, and also the 2-hour multiplier training by Eric Worre is in that document. Okay, so that's also a good thing to share with some of your new people, or even an existing associate that hasn't really built business for a long time. They've not been around training. They don't even know what's going on. Maybe that would be a good starting point. Let them watch that 2-hour multiplier training and get warmed up and ready to kill it come Saturday. All right. Thank you so much for zooming in. It's been awesome. I can't actually see all the chat stuff going on, but I'm going to save it so I can go back through it here once we end the Zoom, and I'll get this recording out like we talked about. Thank you, Cindy's. Thank you, Michael. Thank you, Nathan. Thank you, Deanne. We are ready to roll. Let's kill it. All right. Thank you so much. Guys, have a great night.
Thank you.
Bye, thank you.
Bye. Thank you.
Goodbye.
Thank you. Thanks a lot.
Thanks a lot, Jeremy.
Thank you. Thanks, Jeremy.
Great night, everybody.